There's a rather large change coming to the Paraguay residency process. And in this video, I am specifically going to talk about what this change is, what it entails, and how it could potentially affect you if you're planning to get your residency in Paraguay in the near future. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We talk all things global citizen diversification from additional residencies, citizenships, bank accounts, and tax optimized company formation. Now, when we work with clients, a great not only diversification option, but also potential tax optimization option, depending on your business, where your clients are, and where you are from as well, is Paraguay. Paraguay, we've talked a lot about on this channel. I'll link some of the previous videos below where we go through the entire residency process, what you can expect, the documentation that you will need, along with how to obtain PR after the new changes that came about in 2022 for obtaining PR. This video is specific to obtaining temporary residence in Paraguay. And unfortunately, the process is going to have an additional hurdle before you're able to become a temporary resident of Paraguay. If you've seen past videos, then you know that you hold temporary residence in Paraguay as it currently stands for 2 years, and after 2 years' time, you can transition over to permanent resident. Now, this is still very much so the case, but there has been a new update to the system that issues the cedulas, which is one of your identification cards. And this is an absolute requirement. If you're getting residency in Paraguay, you want to make sure that you're also getting the cedula. The cedula is what is going to allow you to open bank accounts in the country and really to work your way around the country and get into different institutions, financial institutions, and otherwise. Simply having your residency won't quite be enough. You really need to make sure that you have your residency and cedula, which of course we help all of our clients with not only obtaining residency, but also with obtaining the cedula as part of the residency as well, and the tax ID if it makes sense for them. However, as of mid October 2024, there is going to be a new update to the system that issues cedulas. So previously, prior to October 2024, you could simply arrive in Paraguay, visit the country once, bring your documentation, and we would start the process for you on the ground. In a few months' time, the process would be complete. We will mail the cedula to you anywhere that you are in the globe, whether it be in Paraguay or otherwise, and then your residency process would be complete. Now, as of mid October 2024, this process is going to now require 2 trips to Paraguay in order to obtain your temporary residence. So you will first need to come to the country as it always has been. You will need to bring your documentation with you, and we will verify that all of the documentation that's apostilled is correct before actually arriving in the country, starting the process, and finding out that some of the documentation is incorrect or apostilled incorrectly. However, the new process going forward will mean that you need to come to Paraguay once to do the residency. And then once the residency is complete in 1 or 2 months' time, you will then need to come back to the country to process the cedula. Previously, that entire process could be done through the first visit, but now with the new government system, you are going to be required to come to the country twice in order to get both the residency and the cedula. Now, if you are looking for the tax ID, this is still something that we can process for you without you needing to physically be on the ground in Paraguay, which is where I am today in beautiful Asuncion, a great sunny day here in the city. So the tax ID is not going to be required for you to physically be present on the ground, but you will need your cedula in order to get your tax ID, as your tax ID, your RUC number, and your cedula number are almost the same numbers. So you do need that cedula identity card first before we can go ahead and process your tax ID, which does not require you to be on the ground, but is going to require that second trip to Paraguay in order to obtain the cedula. As I'm always saying, and as we always talk about on this channel, residency, citizenship, and even bank account opening processes are constantly changing around the globe. In the last 3 or 4 years alone, we have seen 10 plus prominent countries in the residency and citizenship space changing their either application process or pricing for the process to gain residency or citizenship And every single time the documentation and the process has increased in documentation needed and in time frame required to obtain the residency. And not only that, but the price and the cost to get the residency or to work your way towards citizenship has increased as well. Those government fees have increased. So if you are interested in obtaining an additional bank account, residency, citizenship, or tax optimized company formation in a jurisdiction that makes sense for you and your lifestyle in the medium to long term, now is the time to get the process underway. These processes will continue to change, and especially in the last 12 to 18 months, we have really seen some quite significant changes where price increases have increased by significant amounts. In some countries, multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars. So if you are interested in obtaining residency, now is the time to do so. Reach out to us. Our links are below. Book a consult with us so that we can get the process started for you and determine which countries are going to make sense. Again, not only for your business, but also for your lifestyle in that medium to long term vision. If you're interested in learning more about becoming a global citizen and global citizen optimization, click the video on the screen now, and I'll see you there.